Hi, I'm Kim Rayner from All About Spirit Life Coaching, and I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And, before we start our presentation, we're going to talk about life from newborn to 90 years old and how your health really is your greatest wealth. And before I actually start, I want to give a little background about myself and kind of what brought me here. So I'm a law of attraction life coach, and I'm also a stage 3C ovarian cancer survivor. And I have learned throughout the years on the planet that we have different health needs at different times in our lives. And as an ovarian cancer survivor, what I needed the day before I was diagnosed felt really different than what I needed the day after I was diagnosed. As a mom, I know that what I needed the day before I got pregnant was really different than what I needed the day after I got pregnant. I also know that what I needed the last day I was pregnant and the first day I was a live mom were really different as well. And as I continue to walk through the process of aging, what I know is my needs continue to change. But there's also some things that are fundamentally the same all the way through my life. And that's really what we're going to talk about. How do we give ourselves the best opportunity to have a healthy body all through our lives? So today's webinar is going to last for an hour. And if you look on your screen, there is a question and answer section. There's also a chat box out there. And if you have questions, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and put in your information in the questions and answers section. And somebody will be monitoring those throughout the presentation. We'll have different presenters, and somebody will be monitoring that for you, and we'll answer any questions that may come up for you. You should have been emailed a couple of documents that we're going to be going through tonight. So if you have those printed out, especially the wellness survey, you want to make sure that you have that available. And then for any guests who stay until the end of our presentation tonight, we're going to enter your name in for a drawing for a free bottle of aloe and from the person who invited you. So we want to make sure that you stay until the end of the presentation. So our goal today is really about education. Tonight is really all about you. We're going to talk about how to take better care of your body at any age. We're going to talk about why supplementation, why quality supplementation is really important. We're also going to talk a little bit about listening to your body, because our body is talking to us all the time. So if you're listening, you can respond. If you're not listening, hopefully we'll be able to give you some clues as to how to listen. And then our disclaimer is, we're not doctors. We're not here to diagnose, treat, or cure any kind of disease. We're here to present information for you to help you become the healthiest version of yourself that you can possibly be. So we're going to start today by talking about a few different things, right? We're going to talk about improving your gut. We're going to talk about improving our immune system. We're going to offer some natural solutions for allergies and pain and inflammation. And we're going to talk about different solutions for different ages. And then we're also going to discuss the role of supplementation. And we're going to start this conversation with some basic assumptions that a newborn and someone in the middle years and someone who's 90 and beyond, we all have needs for gut health, proper nutrition, antioxidant effects, brain health, and immune health. So we're really going to take a journey through our lives on these basic assumptions. And that is that these things matter no matter what your age is. So I want to tell you a little bit about the company that produces the supplements, or that offers the supplements that we're going to talk about today. It's Market America Worldwide and Shop.com. And we literally are in, we operate in 8 different countries. We were founded in Greensboro, North Carolina in 1992. And what we really are is a product brokerage company and an internet marketing company. And we are powered by people just like you. So I don't know about you, but for me, my integrity really matters. I'm a law of attraction life coach. I have a fairly significant following, and anything that I align myself with really needs to be top rated. And that really is why I chose Market America. We are an A+ Better Business Bureau company. We've earned something called the Torch Award for Trust, Performance, and Integrity. And we actually earned that award twice. We are the only company in North Carolina that can say that we actually have earned that. Now, our flagship division, which is what we're going to talk about tonight, is health and nutrition. But I also want to mention that, Market America, our product brokerage company, we do business across 12 different multi-billion-dollar markets. Health and nutrition is the flagship division, but we have a wealth management and weight management, and we have a beauty division. So if you are interested in finding out more about the company, you can talk to whoever it is that invited you tonight as well. So I'm going to hand this over to somebody right now, and we're going to go over the first document that was sent to you, and this is going to be the health survey. So hopefully you can pull it out, and we're literally going to take a few minutes to walk through this process. The very first thing that I want to ask you is, if there was one thing that you could change about your health today, or that you could prevent in the future, what would that one thing be? And I want you to just jot that down at the top of the page. And then as we approach the next questions, what I want you to do is think about yourself in your own personal experience, but then also think about friends, family, other people who might have issues with any of these things. So, and if you do, I'm going to have you put a check mark if it's you, or if it's friends and family, I'll have you put a check mark under that column, and then just write the name of the person that you're thinking about in there. So we're going to take a look tonight at energy. Do you ever hear anyone say, gosh, I wish I had less energy than what I have? Yeah, probably not, right? We talk about weight loss. It's officially bathing season now, but we're moving into the winter months and our bodies change. So who do you know that's trying to get in shape? We're going to talk about joint health and flexibility, blood sugar, heart health, respiratory issues, digestive health, just looking at an overall improved sense of well-being. Are they struggling with stress or anxiety, depression? Do you know anybody that's struggling with pain or inflammation and they're looking for relief from that? How about foot pain or muscle pain, struggling with gout, having foot cramps, restless leg syndrome, those awful, painful things that wake us up in the middle of the night? And, a couple of things, digestive health, 70% of our immune system is really born in our gut. So we're going to talk a lot about digestive health. So, what do you do for your littles who suffer from these things? And what do you do for yourself? And who do you know who might be suffering from these things? So the second part of that is, taking a look at a healthy immune system. Do you know someone who frequently gets sick, who's had a chronic cough for a long time, who always gets the flu every year, right? How about skin health, eczema, psoriasis, having sleep problems, any other health concerns that you have? Do you take vitamins or herbals of any kind? And, are you under the supervision of a healthcare provider? Do you take prescription medication? And then the next question that I want to ask you is there any reason that you would not be willing to use a product that would address any of the health concerns that you listed below? And I'm going to invite you to share this information with the person who actually invited you to the event today. If they haven't already set up an appointment, they'll be setting up an appointment to go over some of this stuff. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the second handout that you were given, and that literally is a list of drugs that gobble up vitamins. And we know that pharmaceuticals can deplete the nutrients in our body. And this document was actually produced by the DSW, as it's a medical book that doctors use all the time. And when we go to the doctor, when we're sick, we have been taught to lean on pharmaceuticals. And we're not saying that you shouldn't take them. What we're saying is that you need to be smart about the way you take them. You need to be aware that pharmaceuticals can deplete critical nutrients that your body needs to be able to heal itself and do the work that it innately knows how to do. So I picked a few common ones like antibiotics, over-the-counter drug medications, anti-inflammatories, diabetic medications, and antacids, just to say, these are really commonly prescribed in adults and in children. And when they are, do you know that it impacts you? Vitamin D is one of the things that's depleted by a lot of common pharmaceuticals. Most of the population is already deficient in vitamin D, more than 40%. And if they take ibuprofen or antacids, that helps lower the vitamin D levels even further, which creates challenges and problems in other parts of your system. So We're going to talk today about our wellness house and the way that we walk through the process, the way that we build a healthy body is just like you build a house, right? You start with a strong foundation, and on that foundation, you build your other floors. So the first topic that we're going to talk about today is our digestive system. And we know that it's a huge pillar in our gut health. It is the foundation of our system. And 70% of our immune system literally lives in the stomach. So our guts are really the basement of our wellness house. So as we start to talk about gut health, there is a direct connection between the gut and the brain. And the gut brain axis literally refers to the chemical connections that occur between your stomach or your gut and your brain. And there are millions of nerves and neurons that run along that pathway. So we have one nerve, the vagus nerve, which is one of the biggest nerves in our system, and in our body, that literally connects the gut and the brain. There are neurotransmitters and other chemicals that are produced in your gut that also affect your brain. And by altering the types of bacteria in your gut, it is really possible to improve, really possible to improve your brain health. Our dopamine, serotonin, GABA, microbes are all created in the gut. That's where they start. So we're going to talk about some of that stuff today. I want to give you just a little bit of education. When you look at the intestines, on the left here is a healthy intestine. That are finger-like projections that are called microvilli. What they do is increase the surface of our intestines to allow for more space for nutrients to be absorbed into our body. So the intestines on the left are healthy. This person probably eliminates 1 to 2 times a day. They have a strong immune system. They are probably experiencing, minimal stomach discomfort. The intestines in the middle are inflamed. This might be a person who struggles with irritable bowel syndrome. They might have abdominal cramping. They might have, diarrhea. They may have other stomach issues that go on. They might have, lactose intolerance kind of stuff. Then the intestines on the right are people who experience constipation. They don't eliminate on a regular basis. They experience gas and bloating. They have stomach discomfort on a regular basis. And chances are a lot of us have intestines that look like those in the middle or on the right. And a big part of that is because of our standard American diet, which is kind of sad. And that acronym is not really a joke, right? Our health conditions like irritable bowel syndrome or Crohn's disease, stuff like that, right? Those are all intestinal problems. So the intestines on the right are nearly impossible for someone to absorb nutrients from their food. So that creates this really vicious cycle. So when we start talking about gut and health, we're going to talk about littles first, right? Gut problems in our children are pretty common. Constipation literally accounts for 3 to 5% of all of the pediatric visits that we have in the United States. So our products, we have a whole line of products that are literally built with our kids in mind. And they're designed to be offered at various stages. So we have probiotics extras, we have chewable products, we have isotonic digestive enzymes, and we have Floramelts. And we're going to talk about each of those. So when we start talking about probiotics in our littles, right, this particular probiotic is safe for infants. If you're a nursing mom, you can literally dip the areola of your breast into the bottle, and when the baby suckles, they will ingest the probiotics that way. This particular product, it supports intestinal health. It helps normalize the postnatal development of the gastrointestinal flora. It supports the immune system. It helps maintain healthy gut bacteria. And this is scientifically, it utilizes scientifically documented strains, and there's no sweeteners or preservatives in this particular product, which is really, really helpful. And as kids get older, right, they start to be able to chew their probiotics. And this particular probiotic offers the same technology that's designed for grown-ups, but this is for child-sized doses. There's more than 5 billion bacteria in each product. It helps maintain that healthy bacteria. It utilizes the live back delivery system, which is really unique. It has 5 bacterial strains in 5 bacterial strains in there, and live back means that it's going to deliver the nutrients to the part of the intestines that needs it delivered to the part of the intestines without having to biodegrade, without having to degrade by stomach acid. So we also have a product called Floramelt, and this particular product helps invite a healthy microflora. It helps with immune and digestive and intestinal health. This is a great product if your child has problems with tummy discomfort or irregularity. It helps support their metabolism. It is a great way to help get essential minerals absorbed into the body. It has a really great flavor. It's got a great fruity flavor, and it's sugar-free. It also provides 1.5 billion CFUs from the lactospore, which is really what it is. That's its signature product. And then we have digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes literally help emulsify the food so your body can absorb the nutrients and bring it in. So in littles, because their systems have different needs, the digestive enzymes play a different role than they do in adults. But we're going to start an experiment in just a little bit to show you how they work in children and in adults. So these digestive enzymes help kids who sometimes struggle with gluten or dairy or casein. Kids who are maybe on the spectrum, they struggle with that, right? This is a great product for kids who struggle and are on the spectrum. It helps with the normal growth of intestinal cells. So as children are developing, it helps provide healthy cells. It promotes stomach comfort and bowel regularity, and it's gluten-free and vegan. So that's a great product. When we start looking at digestive enzymes in adults, this is literally one of my favorite products. As we age, our body has trouble producing the enzymes that it needs to break down. So we end up consuming more toxins and more pesticides on our foods, and that makes it harder for us to be able to digest them. So you probably know someone who's lactose intolerant, and that means that their body no longer makes the digestive enzyme that breaks down lactose, the lactose sugar in our regular products. So they need to avoid dairy products, or they find a way to supplement with the digestive enzyme lactase. So our digestive enzyme has 7 different types of enzymes that all work together to micropulverize your food and to help your stomach use less stomach acid and then to help you absorb the nutrients. So this digestive enzyme, it helps maintain the epithelial structure or the barrier of your stomach. It helps in skin health and digestive tract and immune function. So it does all of these different things. And I'm actually, a lot of times when people have digestive problems, they'll take Tums. And we're going to do a little experiment right now. So in here, I have, before we got on camera, I crushed up 2 Tums, which is normally what's recommended in a dose, and I put them in this little cup. They're just pulverized, and you can see that they're pulverized. And I also have a packet of the digestive enzymes, and we have 2 containers of pudding. On this package, I labeled it with Tums, and on this package, I labeled it with digestive enzymes. So I am going to take the Tums and I'm going to pour them into this package of snack pack pudding, and I'm going to stir it up, and we're just going to let it sit. And at the same time, I'm going to take this package of digestive enzymes and I'm going to pour it in this packet of pudding, and I'm going to stir that together, and I'm just going to let it sit. And then we're going to go on and we're going to talk a little bit more about so we talked about how important probiotics are, right, for the immune system. It helps protect against bad bacteria. It helps improve digestion. And one of the things about probiotics is most of the time, if you're buying good probiotics, they ask that they be refrigerated. And it's because they're live strains of probiotics. There's live strains of bacteria in there. So one of the things that we know is that we don't have any control over the delivery chain, right? From the manufacturer to the distributor to the grocery store and then to you. So you have no idea if the temperature was maintained throughout that process. So you might be paying a lot of money for probiotics and not necessarily getting the benefit of them because they didn't maintain the temperature. So our probiotics, both in the children's formulations and in the adults, we use something called live back technology and live back and BioTrack technology. So BioTrack technology is a unique system that literally protects the bacteria from stomach acid, and it allows it to be released in the intestines, in the small intestines at the right time, in the right place to get the best possible benefits of those of the bacteria. And the live back technology is a range of live and active probiotic cultures, but they don't need to be refrigerated. They actually become activated when they get released into your body. So that is really different. If you really want the best opportunity to give your body what it needs, then truly probiotics 10 is with live back technology is the way to go. So the next product that I want to talk about, I can't talk enough about it, is Ultimate Aloe. This is a great product for adults and for children. Aloe, I mean, we know, most of us are familiar with the healing property of aloe. We use it for sunburns, we use it for bug bites, we use it when we get cuts or scrapes. I mean, a lot of our grandparents or parents, or in my case, me, will cut a piece of aloe vera off of my plant if I get some kind of a rash or a skin blemish. Well, imagine what that healing can do on the inside of your body to help improve your digestive system. Our aloe literally has the capacity to help heal you from the inside out. It'll seal and heal your entire digestive tract. And our Ultimate Aloe is certified by the International Aloe Science Council for its aloe content and its purity. And that's a really big deal. It tastes amazing and it comes in 4 different flavors. So some of the things that we don't necessarily know about aloe is there are more than 200 nutrients, including enzymes and essential minerals, and all of the essential amino acids that we need. And this product helps with acid reflux. It helps seal the digestive tract, which can help prevent leaky gut syndrome. And you say the pictures, you saw the pictures when of the cracks and the crags and the problems in the gut lining. And this literally allows the gut to, it fills in those holes. And those holes allow partially digested food and toxins and bugs to penetrate into the tissues beneath it. And this aloe helps close that off so you don't have that problem. So I know that gut health is everything. Most of us know that gut health is everything. I like to call this my gut health go-to kit for adults. And this is the gut health go-to kit for kids. So I want to go back and revisit our science experiment again. And I'm going to take us off of camera right now just to show you what's happening here. So here's the product that was with the Tums, right? This is it. You can pour it out and it's still intact. It's kind of a glock the way it was, like pudding is. And here's the packet of pudding that we put the digestive enzymes in. And you can see that the digestive enzymes started to work, so your body doesn't have to work so hard. It literally is emulsifying that food so it can be absorbed and taken into your body in the best possible way. So I'm going to go back to sharing the screen again. And we're going to go back and revisit the wellness house. And we're now going to step into general health, and we're going to, we build a house the same way, right, on that strong foundation. So we're going to step into general health, or the second floor of our wellness house. And I want to talk a minute about how we take our vitamins or supplements. Normally, when you take a supplement, you pop the vitamin in pill form, and it takes your body up to 4 hours sometimes for it to digest that pill and then for the nutrients to start to be absorbed. And that's a long time. It's a long breakdown process, and there's a significant amount of the nutritional value that's lost in that. Because the supplements that we're going to talk about tonight are isotonics products, they're delivered in an isotonics format. And because they're just a powder, there's no binders, there's no fillers, there's no coatings, there's nothing that your body has to break down in order to be able to start to absorb the nutrients. So as a result, the time that it takes for these supplements to start being absorbed in your body is really, really a lot less than what it would be from normal. And I'm going to show you, absorption matters. No, Centrum Silver in adults is the most common vitamin in the United States, and for adults. So when you take a look at this, this is an X-ray of Centrum Silver. This is an individual who took Centrum Silver the day before the X-ray. They took a Centrum Silver the day of the X-ray, and they took a Centrum Silver 2 days before the X-ray. And you can see that all three of these pills are still in their body. So when we talk about taking supplements, they need to be of benefit to us. And it's important for us to know that. So when we talk about a good multivitamin, general health, right, it helps support our bodies in so many different ways. And it used to be that good multivitamins were a luxury. You didn't necessarily need to take it. But because of our lifestyles today, we absolutely need to be supplementing our bodies with good, healthy vitamins. It impacts our general health in so many different ways. Our skin, our heart, our blood, our muscles, our joints, cognition, all the aspects of our body, the whole ecosystem. So multivitamins aren't a luxury anymore, it's a necessity. So when we think about taking multivitamins for our littles, right, they help support the bodies. They're growing little bodies, right? They help support health and growth. It helps support gums and teeth, and it helps support cognition and physical and growth and development. It also offers antioxidant protection. It helps with vision. It helps with the intestinal tract. It helps with heart health. It helps maintain normal blood sugar levels in kids, right? I mean, we know that childhood diabetes is higher than it's ever been. It also helps support the immune function. We also offer a version of the Multivitamin Plus. It offers everything that our regular multivitamin offers, plus it adds normal levels of vitamin E, vitamins and minerals. It's also really powerful for neurological, digestive, and metabolic support. It helps maintain normal production of neurotransmitters. So if you have children that are struggling on the spectrum, like this is a supplement that we often see producing good results. Kids often get good results from this. It helps support the central nervous system. It helps support brain health and development. It helps promote healthy sensory development. It helps with antioxidant defense, and it also helps promote normal tissue and health and cell growth. When we start looking at multivitamins in adults, we have a whole family of multivitamins because where we are in our growth and development makes a difference, right? We have prenatal vitamins, we have multivitamins with iron, we have multivitamins without iron because some people don't need to be taking iron. We offer a multivitamin for people who are 50 years and older, and it's in the isotonic delivery system, so you will never have 3 days of these supplements laying in your intestine. We offer different packets of supplements. We have a daily essentials kit, which is the perfect supplement for all around maintenance for the average person. We have a women's health supplement, which is designed specifically for the needs of women as we mature. And we have an anti-aging supplement, which is good for people as we move into our the later seasons in our life. So we also know that we live in a world where it's full of toxins, and there is tons and tons of them. It comes from the food we eat, it comes from the air we breathe, it comes from the water we drink, and the multitude of vitamins or medications that we take. And all of these different toxins, they cause a free radical or cellular damage in our bodies, bad food choices, medications, water supply, pollution, and excuse me, it causes oxidative stress. So we like to use an example of an apple when we talk about oxidative stress. Everyone's familiar with the fact that once you cut an apple, it's going to start to turn brown, right? This is known as oxidation. So to prevent browning, we'll often put a lemon juice on it. And we do that because it contains an antioxidant known as vitamin C. This is the same process that happens to each of our cells inside of our body. So it's why it's so important to make sure that you're taking a good antioxidant. This is a healthy cell. This is a cell with moderate oxidative stress, and this is a cell that has significant oxidative stress. So how do we support our bodies in that? Well, one of the things is that we talk about oxidative stress. We talk about eating the rainbow. And when we do that, there's OPC3 and OPC3 chewable is one of the most powerful tools that we have to be able to help with oxidative stress. It helps reduce free radicals by scavenging it like a little Pac-Man, going through and eating all of those little free radicals. It helps support brain health. It helps support the production of neurotransmitters. Remember that stuff happens in your tummy. It helps your body maintain healthy circulation. It strengthens our capillaries, our arteries, our veins. It is instrumental in helping with blood vessel dilation. It helps promote nitric oxide. It helps promote healthy nitric oxide levels. Those are really important things. Beyond that, antioxidants literally help eliminate those free radicals. It helps with the anti-inflammatory and liver response. It helps with the joints, skeletal, muscle, complexion, skin, circulation, cholesterol, cardiovascular health, blood glucose, prostate, sperm, menstrual problems, sinuses, vision, eye health, apoptosis, which is normal cell death, neurological support, energy, memory, cognition, mental focus, immune, weight control. If you don't think antioxidants are important, I truly, truly need to invite you to rethink that. So OPC3 in isotonics and in chewables. These are for adults. There's versions of this for adults and children. There's astaxanthin, which comes in an isotonic form and in a capsule form. There's ASEA, which is advanced energy and isotonics. There's Maxima Orac. There is Oxygen Extreme. Vitamin C comes in isotonics delivery system. Curcumin Extreme. Resveratrol in isotonics. Cannabiquin. Thimonol. There's all these different ways that we invite antioxidants into our body to help us give our bodies the best possible chance that we can give our bodies to do the work it needs to do. And I want to talk about omega-3s. Omega-3s, healthy omega-3s support our immune system. They offer hormone support. They help with blood sugar. They help with cholesterol. It helps in burning stored fat from your body. It helps with bowel and colon health. There are so many things. Our brain is like 63% fat, and we eat all these fat-free diets. So how is that serving us? How is that helping us? It really doesn't. So we have a line of omega-3s for our littles because most of the time people take omegas and they're great big pills, right? So we've created DNA Miracles, which is an essential omega-3, which supports the brain health. It offers health to the immune system. It offers 2 of the essential fatty acids, which is the EPA and the DHA. And there's no fishy taste. It has a great fruit flavor to it. And kids really love it. They just squirt it in their mouth and they drink it, and they love it. In adults, we have omega-3s, which are part of that same essential fatty acids that provides a number of health benefits. And I listed them, in the kids. And this for the kids. And, this product is one of my favorites. This product, omegas are essential because your body can't make them, so you have to take them. And this is one of my favorite products because it gives you one of the biggest bangs for your buck. Not only does it help you maintain your cholesterol, it helps with blood pressure and eye health and all the other things I talked about. But I thought that consuming fish once in a week, I was probably doing pretty good. And, I am, but that's only like 1.5 grams of omega-3s one day a week. We're supposed to be having 3 grams a day. So I have to supplement that because I just can't eat enough salmon to make that work for me. So one serving of our omega-3s provides the 3 grams that are necessary. So when we talk about, the next thing we're going to talk about is our immune system. DNA Miracles Immune, it helps boost the natural immune system, and DNA Miracles, there's a child's version and then there's an adult version. And we're getting ready to step into the school system, and we need to be supporting our immune system with everything going on in the world today, right? These 2 products support your body's natural immune response. It helps promote a healthy immune system. It promotes the activity of macrophages and T cells and natural painkiller cells that literally go in and they engulf and destroy the pathogens and foreign matters. And it offers antioxidant protection. So as we walk through this product process, we talked about